Hi everyone, David Theriault, part two of our CIA AV strategies for how to start units in an engaging way with students. Today we're going to talk about ignorance and how ignorance is an important part of the learning process and also a way to get students engaged in what you're going to learn. For those of you who are old enough to remember, there used to be a video game called You Don't Know Jack. I would play it on the computer with my family. It was a lot of fun, and it was, kind of cheeky and irreverent. And, it said, like, you don't know Jack. Like, why would I be engaged in something where somebody's telling me that you don't know Jack? Well, that's one of the things is in order for learning to happen, you have to accept that you don't know something. And if you aren't willing to accept that or aren't made aware of that, then it's really hard for you to learn anything. So if you've ever been around people who think they know everything, it's pretty hard to teach them something new. So really smart people are people who are willing to accept their ignorance. It's kind of that whole, like, the further you go, the less you know. And so we have to do things to help our students become aware that they don't know something. And that's why pre-testing is so important. So pre-testing is a scientifically proven way to help students learn material. And part of that is not just the act of testing, which becomes a learning thing, but part of it is also helping the students realize that there are things that they don't know. So when we give students a pretest, it helps them realize there are things that they don't know. And let's go ahead and hit on present here. Okay, great. Okay, so I always talk to my students about this, about that there are known knowns. So there's the things you know, and there are known unknowns. So there are things you don't know, but there's also unknown unknowns, right? And so that's the whole problem is there are things that students don't know they don't know, and we have to help them be aware of it. This also goes along with the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? Where you don't see your own blind spots. You don't know what you don't know, and that's a really big problem. And in my experience, kind of the really really smart students are the students who are humble and they know they don't know, versus the students who think they know everything, and we don't even know how do you slide into that when somebody already thinks that they know everything. Okay. So one of the tools that I really like using a lot is this tool called Socrative. It's free. Uh, this students don't need to use an app, which is pretty awesome. Teachers don't need to use an app. I log in just with my Google. So you'll see I'm going to go down to another little window here. Hit escape. I'm going to go to the second window right here. I'll just use teacher login, and I use my Google, and I'm in here. And you'll notice you're going to name your classroom. I named it Theriault. And for today, we're just going to do a quiz. So we're going to hit quiz. And I'd like to stop the current activity. I'm going to pick You Don't Know Jack About New York. And then I'm going to hit next. And I'm going to let's do teacher paste. I'm going to hit start. Okay. And then here's the first question: which city is the capital of New York State? Now, what's cool is you can just tell your students to go to Socrative, and you'll see it looks just like this. Right? They go to Socrative and they just hit student login. So student login, and then it's just going to ask for a room name. And the room name was Theriault. So they just type in Theriault, Theriault, and hit join. And I asked for names, so they'll hopefully put in a name. Okay, and then look, boom, the first question's right there, right? And then if I hit the capital of New York State is New York City, of course, everybody always knows that. Okay. And then I can see on my side how we did, and we can click on it if we want, or we can go to the next one. We'll just go to the next one here. And then it's got another question there, and I can hit a question and it logs it. And we could even hit how do we do? and I have to submit it. Okay. And then you can see that I got it wrong. Okay. So it's boom, it's just all right there. So students can do this on their cell phone while you're in a Zoom call together. You can give them a little pre-quiz, let them know what they don't know, and then maybe they'll be engaged in like, oh my gosh, there's some stuff I need to learn for this week, for this unit. I need to pay attention. Okay. So that's the end of today. And so we've done curiosity and we've done ignorance. And in our next slide, or our next one, we're going to talk about art. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Talk to you later. Bye.